Hey guys, this is Biohazard here, and today we're going to bring you a new Reiko guide here on DashFight. So just a little bit about myself. I've won multiple tournaments in games like Injustice 2 and Mortal Kombat 11, traveling around the world to places like Australia, the UK, and Vienna, and winning tournaments there as well. But before we get into this guide, guys, make sure you subscribe to DashFight for more character guides and check out their website for all things FGC. So you guys might be wondering what exactly Reiko's playstyle is in MK1, and he is kind of like a hybrid character. Obviously he's a grappler, he has this command grab, but he also has a super good projectile, and that allows him to kind of play kind of a game plan where if he has a life lead, you're going to want to be zoning, keeping the opponent out, you know, especially if they are struggling to get in. That's kind of what you want to do against characters like, say, Baraka, Johnny, something like that. But if a character is going to be zoning you out, obviously you need to get in. You need to apply those mix-ups that he has, as well as a command grab and things like that. You're going to also be playing at certain ranges, like around here where his back 3 really works well, or where his sweep also hits fairly well. So we're going to take a look at Reiko's Oki game and what buttons you kind of want to be ending your combos with. Now you can end your combos in command grab, but it kind of leaves you at a distance where you're not really next to the opponent, you're a little further away. It doesn't really give you much advantage either. So, you know, it's not really the best option that you might go for. A better option might be his tactical takedown move. Now he punches them, you're kind of on top of the opponent, they have a bit of a time that they have to get back up, so you can use that time to kind of get back in their face, you know, apply some pressure, some overheads and lows, and of course you could just end in command grab as well. Now another really good button that Rewind actually found to use to end combos with is actually Reiko's back 2. Now Reiko's back 2 is super plus on hit. It leaves them in a hard knockdown, and we're going to go through some of those combos later on in the guide, but just know that Reiko's back 2 is a really good option for combo enders, while also being plus 8 on block, which is really strong for him as well, because you can start going for his 1-2 game since his standing 1 is 7 frames, and just kind of mix a lot of things up with that. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about Reiko's pressure options once he gets in on the opponent. So say you hit your opponent with a down 1, what do you want to go into? Well, you can go straight into Reiko's 1-2 game. 1-2 on block is 0, so you can do 1-2. If it's blocked, you can go for a down 1. You can go into, obviously, his overhead, which is -6 on block, so completely safe. It's a mix-up tool, along with the whole command grab that he has. And actually one of his underutilized tools is actually back 4. You might be wondering what's the point of just doing a sweep, but it actually is pretty strong for him because it's actually +3 on block as well. So if they do block your sweep, you can go for his down 4, which hits low. And off of the down 4 that hits low after you've done the sweep, you might be wondering, well, what do I get? You know, it seems like it just does 3%. Well, actually, this is +15, so you get to actually get right up into the opponent's face again. You can start mixing them up again, going for a command grab, you know, going for the 1-2 game, going for the overhead, going for another sweep, so it kind of leads into itself. I'm going to talk a little bit about Reiko's game plan when he is not in the opponent's face. So when he's around this range, obviously I talked a little bit about how good his projectile is. So that's kind of what you're going to want to be using around this range, is using his projectile. You know, his meter burn projectile hits 6 times, 5 to 6 times, depending on how close they are. It is a mid projectile at that point as well. So obviously super strong. You want to be able to check your opponent with that. Now they might jump in at you. So let's go ahead and just set the opponent to do a jump in attack. So here we're going to have Melina jump forward. Now they're going to be jumping over the projectile, but your standing 3 is a great anti-air tool. You can use that or the standing 4 to just knock them right out of the air. He's also got a stand 1, so he has a really good options, you know, to beat jump in attacks that you just want to be able to use. Just remember those things when you're using projectile games, so it's not too predictable and you keep things loose, you know. Now, besides Reiko's projectile and anti-air buttons, the buttons that you want to use in the neutral are going to be his down 4 button, as well as his back 3 button, because these buttons have great range, guys. So obviously, you're going to be using this button a lot. You know, the opponent is also going to be trying to poke you with their best buttons. Maybe it's like a forward 1 button or their own down 4 button. So you're going to use this button a lot just to contest that. And also to get that punish, you're going to be using the back 3 to whiff punish. Now, make sure you are in that range to get the whiff punish on them. And another button that is really good is also his forward 4. So his forward 4 has really good range on it. Now it only splats them down on the ground, so you don't really get much out of it, but you can use it, you know, off of the command grab. You can also use it to kind of check them. So it's not a bad option to use occasionally. And when I say occasionally, I do mean occasionally. This button is really minus on block. It's actually minus 15, so you want to be very liberal with your use on forward 4. Alright guys, let's talk about Reiko's special moves. Now, you guys have seen the command grab a couple times. I will show you that it is a high command grab. So if Melina is ducking, it's not going to hit her, but you can spend 2 bars for it to hit mid, and it does 21% damage, which is pretty strong. Reiko also has the projectile, which is back forward 2. You can mirror it for those mid projectiles. He's also got his run, so you can run at the opponent. Now if you just press nothing, he will do a slide. Now it's just a knockdown. It doesn't really get much more than that, but you can meter burn it to launch, so it will launch here. You can also cancel the run by pressing down down, just in case you do something that is going to be negative. You don't have to do the slide, because the slide is also negative on block. You will get punished, so you can try to keep it safe by canceling. And you can also press up to do the knee. So once you start running, just press up, you will do a knee, it launches, you can get a combo off of that. Parry, which is down back 1. I have Melina set to doing kicking attacks, so I'm just going to show you that it parries the attack. It also works on mostly all mids, to my knowledge, as well as overhead attacks. It will lose to low attacks, it will lose to jumping attacks, so make sure you're not trying to parry those kind of moves, but it will work fine on a lot of these mid attacks. Now, he also can spend a bar, so if you spend a bar of meter, you can get a combo off of it. Just a small little combo showing you there that it does combo as well, so you can try to figure some things out there, guys. This move is the takedown. So it's down back 3. You know, and he does these punches. It does 80 on its own. You can also meter burn it. It does a little bit more damage, 11%. It also gains armor, so that's his armored attack. You can use it as a wake-up attack. It's very, very risky, of course. If it's blocked, you will die for it, but it's definitely his option. About Reiko's combo starters, guys. So 1-2 is going to be one of the go-to combo starters. It's also one of his best punish options because it is 7 frames. So basically you're just going to do 1-2, back forward 3, up. That's going to go into the knee, and then you can follow up with some extra things after that. Back 3 is also going to be one of his go-to combo starters because of the range, because of his ability to whiff punish a lot of buttons. So those are going to be your go-to options. Now you also have forward 1-2, which is a mid. So forward 1 is a really strong mid. It actually moves him quite a bit further as well, so that's going to be one of your best options, and once you can hit confirm into the knee, you can get something going. So guys, I just wanted to include a little bit more information about that back 3 because it is one of his best whiff punish options. Now sometimes something like this might happen and that's not what you want at all, right? So in that case, what you need to do is make sure you're holding the run button if we can get it to work again. It's still going to combo, as you see there, guys. So what you want to do is just make sure you run and you hit the up 3. You can hold that button, no problem there. So make sure you're holding it and don't let go right away. A lot of you guys might be wondering, how do I start my offense in this game? How do I defend in this game? Now, actually, that is usually solved by one button, which is actually the down 1 button. Off that down 1 button, it's a fast mid. It's really plus on hit. So that's kind of what you want to do. Is you want to use a poke like down 1, like down 4, sometimes even down 3, to just start your game. Get that hit, go in for the pressure. That's how you kind of start your game, whether you're on the offense, whether you're on the defense and you need to block. That's what's going to be about. On the defense, you're just going to block. You're going to wait for a moment to hit that down 1, then go for some kind of pressure afterwards. Maybe it opens up for you to actually throw after the opponent is done pressuring you, so you kind of open up that mind game. So now we're going to talk about cameos and what cameos work best with Reiko. Now, I mainly play Darius. I have explored a couple of other cameos, but Darius has definitely been the cameo that I have used the most, simply because of this. Now, I'm sure you guys are well aware that that is one of Reiko's strongest assets, is off of his command grab. With Darius, you get a full combo. So you can definitely use that to your advantage. There's also other uses to Darius, just for example, you can use him in this situation as well, right? You can get a bit of a combo off of his throw. You can actually get a combo off of his takedown as well. So something to note though with the takedown is if you use the meter burn one, it's going to scale. For whatever reason, this combo scales really hard while this combo does not, and sometimes it's actually going to hit in the back as well, but you can still get a combo, right? So definitely do some labbing, guys. You will find some things with Darius. Just to include a couple more things about Darius, obviously he does really good chip damage with this move as well. So the last hit can be flawless blocked and you can be punished, but it's good to know that he does do a good amount of chip damage with that move. There is also his this move, but you can get into it by doing something like this. So there's definitely other things to explore with the character. Just want to show you guys some of his potential there. Besides Darius, some of Reiko's other really good cameos include Striker. So Striker's grenades are really helpful for Reiko in the neutral. You can kind of use them as well off of certain like Oki setups. So if you do command grab, for example, you can send in Striker, he'll throw his grenades. You can pressure with overheads or kind of get a combo off those grenades. He also has the overhead in his toolkit, so you can do something like the 2-1 string, which ends in a low. If you do all 3 hits, instead you can do 2-1 overhead to go for a little bit of a mix-up. He also has the handcuff restand, so off of the end of a combo, you want to end it with like standing 3. So off of, say you do like the slide, meter burn slide, stand 3, use the handcuff move, then you can go in for back 2 to get those plus frames again, and you kind of understand the rest. If you find that you are getting zoned out, you can always switch to Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero has that armor, so obviously you just kind of throw that on and you get in for free with Reiko. Besides that, he's also got Serena, which makes his back 3 really strong. You can kind of just hit confirm back 3 by using back 3, throw in Serena. She'll continue the combo for you. You kind of understand the gist there. He gets pretty good damage with her. She also has the rune, so if you end combos and takedown, you can call her for the rune. It'll drain their meter, and they can't really do anything about it. They're kind of stuck there until the takedown move is over. So Serena, a very strong cameo for Reiko. You've also got Scorpion, Sonya, and Jax as well, to really extend the combos. Sector as well. So those kind of cameos will extend his combo damage. They also provide other options as well. Obviously, you've got Jax, who has the unblockable ground pound, so definitely do some labbing, guys. There's a lot of really good assists for Reiko. Alright guys, so now that Tremor has finally released in Mortal Kombat 1, we need to talk about this cameo as well, because Tremor is one of Reiko's best cameos. He does very similar things to what Darius does, where he gets to extend your combo damage off of any type of command grab or the takedown move or anything like that. So he's super useful there. Now, what you want to do to make sure you get that combo to work is pay attention to his summons. So Tremor has 3 summons. You can be in Aftershock, which I'm in now. You can switch to Metallic, or you can switch to Crystalline. Now, what you want to do is make sure you're never in Aftershock when you're trying to do the combo, or otherwise you won't be able to get those combos to work. Basically, it'll look something like this. And you get a combo. We'll show you what some of those combos look like later in the combo section, but besides that, Tremor has some really interesting options in Crystalline. You actually gain access to armor and a projectile parry as well, and in Metallic you can do some zoning options with the projectile that he gains in that variation. Alright guys, now that you're familiar with Reiko, it's time to get into some of his B&B combos. So this is kind of going to be one of his standard combos that you're going to want to do. Does 310. You can also go into command grab if you so choose to get a little bit more damage. But as I was saying earlier guys, one of his really good options to do is back 2. So it looks something like this. And the reason that you want to be ending your combos in back 2, obviously it's going to cut the damage a little bit, but you really get quite a lot of Oki off of that knockdown setup. So you can kind of go in for, you know, more damage afterwards. Or you can go for mix-ups as well once that jump and punch connects. So that's kind of like a good strategy with Reiko. If you're in the corner, obviously your B&Bs are going to change a little bit. So here's a standard B&B in the corner with Reiko. Does almost 300 damage. Now if you want a hard knockdown, you could do something like this instead. Alright guys, so obviously we're going to show you as well some Darius combos here. So here's some standard combos for 1 bar. In the patch, Darius did lose some damage on his own, so he's not doing as much damage as he used to, but it's still pretty good damage. Here's a 2-bar combo. And a 3-bar combo here. Some pretty good damage all around. You can also do something like this. This is going to be his really, really strong combo. If you can get a punish off of something that's really punishable, let me show you what I mean. So without using Fatal Blow, that's probably one of his strongest combos in the game. Now I'm going to show you guys some of Reiko's combos with Tremor. This is one of his most optimal combos without spending any meter. Make sure you're either in Crystalline or Metallic before you begin the combo. Here's an optimal 1-bar combo. If you want to spend all of Reiko's bars and get max damage without using Fatal Blow, this is something you might want to do. Speaking of Fatal Blow, let's talk about his Fatal Blow. His Fatal Blow is a command grab. So it will hit the opponent if they're standing on the ground. They have to jump in order to not get hit. Also, I mean, they can interrupt you. That's just kind of how it is in Mortal Kombat 1. You can get interrupted for doing your Fatal Blow just outright. But if they do jump, let me show you, for example, I'll set Melina to jump forward, and you can use it as an anti-air, so it'll stop them from jumping in at you. So once you are in that Fatal Blow area, he now gains access to a really strong anti-air along with his standing 3, his standing 4, his standing 1. He now has Fatal Blow as well to back it up. Now that we've talked about Reiko's Fatal Blow, let's show you some of Reiko's Fatal Blow combos. So here is a combo here. So this is going to use all 3 bars, obviously all your meter as well as your Fatal Blow, but you know, it's going to do a lot of damage. Retreat. You know, it used to do more damage pre-patch, that's kind of how it is now, but this is kind of the combo you're going to want to do if you have Darius with only 1 bar. So pretty respectable damage for just 1 bar. And say you want to use Darius for his 2-bar command grab and get like really good damage, but you don't have that 3rd bar to do slide, this is a combo that you can do instead. As you can see, it connects, it does a ton of damage. You don't need to do the slide, and definitely something that you need to know in a pinch. Here's an example of Reiko's Fatal Blow combo without using Darius. This is only going to spend 1 bar. It does pretty good damage. You don't have to spend your cameo. So that's going to be your B&B if you don't have access to Darius. Here's a few Fatal Blow combos using Tremor. Retreat. Just to wrap things up, guys, some final thoughts on Reiko. If you like the grappling archetype, make sure you pick this character up. He's an amazing character in MK1. Great up close, great rushdown options, great buttons. In the mid-range, he's got the back 3, he's got the sweep, amazing buttons up there. And even from long range, he's got his great zoning projectile tool with those ninja stars. So if you have a life lead, characters need to get in on you, you can play that zoning game. You can play cheap, you can spam them. He's awesome all around. I think among the top 10 characters in this game. He does struggle a little bit up close with his strings. He only has 2 hitting strings, so it can be very difficult for you to hit confirm with the character. Sometimes you have to just throw things out, while other characters, they have 3 to 4 buttons that they can use before they can actually get a hit confirm. So that is where he does struggle. But if you guys like playing grapplers, make sure you guys pick up Reiko. You will not be disappointed. You can also check out all the things shown in this video in the text version via the link in the description. If you like this video, please leave a like or a comment below with your thoughts, and thank you so much to DashFight for letting me do another guide. Make sure you guys check out my channel as well, Biohazard CMNDR, for more Reiko gameplay, and thank you guys so much for watching.